Welcome back to Dragon of Spire Peak. In our last session, somebody died. Uh, we brought him back.
Ish.
We found out a lot about him, I guess. A lot of questions were presented but not asked. But we did get what we came for, and that was a dragon slaying weapon, specifically a dragon slaying longsword that is currently in the possession of Urk. And that was after your battle with a invisible stalker, which we somehow managed to smear with mayonnaise so that way we could see it and attack it.
We
But
left a lot of mayo down there.
upon its demise, it exploded with a furious burst of energy that incapacitated and honestly outright killed Urk. Um, but due to some divine and not so divine intervention, something happened that gave you all the moment to save him, and you succeeded in doing so. After which, he had a heart to heart with you all. I asked you all if you all still wanted him to come with you, and you all said yes for some unknown reason.
I know, right?
And now Thorn's replacement is, Urk is with you until further notice.
This entire time, Urk has just been Thorn's backup character that's being played by the DM.
Just in case.
So I believe we're following up with everybody kind of going to bed and waking up the next morning. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
Yes.
That is how I recall it. We went outside, we camped, we slept. Now we wakey, eggs and bakey.
Very well. Well, what is your plan? You have the dragon slaying weapon, and you maybe have a location where it might be staying. There were talks about luring it to the Dragon Barrow, if I remember correctly. Morning arrives, and the DM wants to know what you're doing.
I think we have to finish putting together our item first, don't we, Junie?
I mean, if your arrow's ready, I can do the rest on the road if we're doing stuff. Because it's really just me focusing
Mhm.
on magicking the shit out of it. So
I believe it's ready. Correct, Knight? Or did I need to make another construction?
The arrow itself has been formed with the immovable rod.
Hmm.
All it requires is an activation word,
All right. So
which I believe is John's
yes.
uh, task, I'll call it, to uh, see the magics of it altered.
Yeah. So to you, it goes.
all right.
I will now remove the immovable rod from my inventory.
And I will add the very movable arrow to mine. Add custom. Dragon skewer arrow bomb
9,000.
quantity 1. Word. Well, I guess with it being morning, Reginald's going to see to his usual morning routine and effectively eat something, and try to give as little care or attention to the rest of the group because that's how he is in the morning.
Uh, yes, morning arrives. You all make your decisions. Irk sets about uh, practicing with a much smaller sword than he is used to.
I think Lionel gets up and gets ready, and we had the choice of leading it here or going to its supposed nest, which I believe is oh, where- it's over in Icefire Hold, isn't it? Supposedly.
Supposedly,
Okay.
that would be the way the conversation went before was between Reginald and his father, and he made mention that he believes that Icespire Peak and the fortress near it are where the dragon reside. It would make the most sense, as that would give it free reign over the Sword Coast.
Yeah. I think if I can, I want to try and uh, recall if anything that I know about the hold itself.
Roll me a history check.
It's a hold.
Yep, not a hole, but a hold.
Yeah, with a D. It's a hold.
You don't really recall much. It is a long abandoned place somewhere up in the mountains that was at some point or another held by the Neverwinter Guards during some war. You can't remember what, um, but it was abandoned due to supply lines being cut off to it. It's in such a remote area, it wasn't worth keeping.
Gotcha. Okay. I think, yeah, Lionel for the morning routine will eat breakfast, start thinking about that, and trying to decide if it would be best to stay here and try and lure it here as we were talking about, or if fighting it in the Ice Spiral Hold is better, because both have their pros and cons. So that's what he will be doing.
Thorn's digging holes.
Are you a dog?
Well, she went and found breakfast, came back, dumped it off, and was just digging holes. She doesn't have anything else to do for the morning. Why not?
Well, Irk, seeing you deface the landscape, offers to spar with you. Um, but otherwise, Lionel, where are you? Like amongst the camp?
I think I am near the fire because Reginald is off eating his breakfast probably by himself since he said, I don't want to deal with everyone else while I'm eating, essentially. Thorn is off digging holes somewhere. Urk is going to go and bugger and be like, hey,
Killer.
spar with me. Uh, and yeah, I think Lionel's by the fire.
So there's a moment of silence as you consume and are thinking about, Ice Spire Peak and Ice Spire Hold.
Mhm.
Um, you don't even notice that time stops around you. Uh, and it's just you and a familiar face sitting across from you at the fire. You don't really notice until the fire starts glowing purple.
What do you want, Dominic?
He doesn't answer you for maybe half a minute before he says, "You're running out of time."
With the dragon, yes. Well aware of that. Or do
No,
you
you
mean something
fool.
else?
You may not have noticed. I don't expect your kind to. Gods are walking amongst you, though, and powerful beings. Tiamat is striving to make a strike at the Sword Coast. What are you doing about it?
Besides trying to kill her offspring to try and get rid of that grip or at least make it softer? I don't know because I don't know what else to do with it. I have the problem in front of me that I need to resolve first. And I don't know if that's going to piss off Tiamat more or if it's going to make her think twice.
Well, I hate to say this to add to your enormous burdens. However, you now have two gods out for your throat because of the boy you stole from Bahamut.
I look at him. What exactly do you know about Urk? He told us that he was a servant of Bahamut in some type, but Bahamut doesn't get this mad about a servant.
It would be folly for me in my weakened state to gossip about another god's problems. However, I will tell you that he is important to Bahamut, and you breaking him of Bahamut is no simple feat. I did what I could to assist in that endeavor, and I'm proud of that. And you can see a little bit of purple chaos, I'll call it, kind of engulf around him. Nobody likes being in a cage. But, and the grin fades from him. It was Bahamut and Tiamat that caged me. And you are the key to that cage, not Urk. I need you to kill Tiamat's avatar.
And that will free you from this cage.
That will kill me. You see for a brief moment the purple glows a very light blue. The flames are suddenly cool, and his purple eyes now glare at you with an icy hue. Why do you think I'm able to protect everybody?
What exactly are you? Because I now have several theories, and none of them are good.
Innocent is what I am.
So, plan was to kill him anyway, so we end up killing you in the process. And that
No,
frees you.
you, not we, you.
Am I going to get an ask your answer if I ask you why me?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
And yes, Urk starts spraying Thorn with the spray bottle.
I will use one of my luck points.
Thorn's just chucking worms and like handfuls of dirt at him.
Nice.
Double threes.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Do you have an inspiration point?
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
that sucks.
Actually, you all should have inspiration for saving Urk.
Mm. Well, in
I
that
thought I
case,
said that. Why is Thorn the only one with inspiration?
I'd used mine last time to re-roll, so if we had another one back, then I just needed to add it back again. So
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody should have inspiration for meeting Bahamut and saving Urk.
I guess in that case, then I will burn this inspiration because I really want this answer.
What was your question?
Why me?
We Fae are not used to answering questions directly, but having spent so much time around your kind, I will answer you directly. You were the last person I got to genuinely touch. You were the last soul whose luck I genuinely got to alter. You are the last person before Tiamat and Bahamut caged me, saying that the power of luck was far too great for the Sword Coast, for this plane of existence, saying that my whims and my fancies are too whimsical, merely because the odds were never in their favor. Things take a much harsher turn when luck is no longer involved, and when an abstract concept for you all to even begin to try to understand luck. But here it is. I chose you because you were the last bit of my soul that had any bit of reality to it. That bit is now embedded in you, while the rest of me is embedded in her. And as he says that, he waves his hand up in the distance. You can see the dragon flying in your direction. Does that suffice to answer your question?
It does. Basically, I just got lucky to be the key.
Would that we could all be so lucky. But luck is not meant to be caged or used as a weapon. Luck is not meant to exist to be held. It is simply to be. And nobody has the right to change that. Not you, not the gods, not the maker of the realm. All of you, at some point or another, will bow to luck. And don't ever forget that.
I don't think I could if I wanted to, considering the circumstances.
Well, I've already said too much. Time to go. I would prepare for battle if I were you.
Thanks for the warning.
Time resumes. Thorn gets squirted with a water bottle. Reginald continues chewing his breakfast. Lionel looks displeased and angrily at a burning campfire.
I think I then sigh, take out one of my dragon chess pieces, and I think I take out like the white dragon and I set it down next to me, and then I get up and I say, Reginald, get to work on the spell. Now, Thorn, Urk, start to get ready. The dragon's coming for us.
Did I say Pyro God?
Now.
No, you said maker of the realm, so I just kind
Yeah.
of,
Oh, my bad.
I just kind of had a good little chuckle to myself. But it's all good.
I think hearing that, Thorn like pauses from her hissing and like crab walking at Urk, and we'll just kind of look at Lionel. What do you mean?
I mean, it is coming now, and it wants to fight. I got a message from our friend, Dominic.
Oh, we're friends with Dominic now. Last time.
I don't know how much sarcasm I can put into my voice, Thorn, but it's never going to be enough.
Thorn doesn't understand sarcasm.
Do you understand what irony is?
Is that like when you put a sword, like a dagger, in your mouth to hold it while you're climbing a tree? Irony.
No, not in the slightest.
Okay, then Thorn doesn't know what that is either.
Oh my God, Thorn, read a book.
Suffice to say, Dominic gave me a warning. The dragon is coming and heading our way, and we need to prepare for it now.
Okay. Thorn will listen to our friend.
There you go. Now you get it.
She looks very perplexed. She's just like frozen for a second, and then she just kind of awkwardly walks off and starts to get herself together.
I think with that, I will go over to Urk and put my hand on his shoulder and just say quietly to him, so none of the others hear. I know you were more than a mere servant to Bahamut. Whatever you choose to tell us is fine. But just know, if this turns bad and we need to know more, you need to be willing to tell us more. We can't do everything with only half knowledge.
He looks up at you with his dark blue eyes, and you see understanding behind them, and he gives you a solemn nod. Are you
Thank you.
proficient with a longsword?
Am I?
Go ahead and say no.
No, I am not.
Is anybody here proficient with a longsword?
Thorn is proficient with martial weapons and simple weapons.
So yes.
I mean, technically, yes, I am, because I'm a high elf. So, I mean, I could Gandalf this bitch, you know. I'm just saying.
Urk offers to each of you the longsword of dragon slaying. If you would prefer him to keep it, I need to know.
I look right at him and I just go, nope, I have never been good with that type of blade. I've always been much better at brawling.
He shrugs and moves on to the next person.
You give me a gun, I can use that really well.
What's a gun?
God.
Well, technically, it's this thing they're developing way over. in freaking Baldur's Gate, where apparently you take some black powder, you stick it in a tube,
Lionel,
and
Lionel. Rhetorical
what?
question.
Oh,
No, Thorn doesn't know what a gun is.
Shut
it's
up.
really
You want this
fascinating.
sword? A gun's not gonna help us right now.
I think Thorn would look it over. Can you send me the like stats block for it, or actually, can I just add it and like look at it?
Sure. I think I posted it in,
You had
yeah, I
posted
did,
it
in
in
important
important notes.
notes. Important nuts.
Is it the Dragon
Left.
Slayer Greatsword?
It is
Longsword.
Dragon Slayer Longsword.
Uh. Hmm. It has the same. So I'm gonna struggle here for a second because it has the same stats as my rapier, like for Thorn, unless I two-hand it, which Thorn's not going to do. But the problem is, would Thorn take this to use it thematically? Because Thorn wants vengeance for her father and wants to kill this dragon for her brother. You know, yeah, I think she'll take it.
I was going to add, if you need more convincing, if you land a hit with it, it does an additional 3d6 damage because it's a dragon that you're hitting with it.
Fair. Yeah, Thorn will take it.
As you grab the weapon, uh, there is, you grab the hilt of the sword and take it from Urk, and the platinum blue that you recognize as the same color as the armor that Bahamut was wearing when you saw him in his humanoid figure, changes. It changes savagely. The longsword alters its appearance as Semwanya touches it through you, and the blade uh, takes on a more uh, saber-esque appearance. It's dual edge, double edges, conforming to one long edge and one short edge that curve a little bit. Something you're a little bit more familiar with using. The runes on it become archaic scratches, almost very tribal in nature, and they all glow an orange green color, as if burning moss almost, or glowing moss. The hilt remains golden, however. I'm sorry, the crossguard, as does the pommel. But as you take the sword, you all hear a vicious roar, and I need everybody to do two things for me. First off, roll for initiative.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. I didn't select my token. Let's see. Can I right click add turn? Of course I can't. It would be too easy if I could do that. Don't mind me. I goofed. Um, where? There we go. Now it should fix it. There it goes. All right. So then, oops. Whoa! I disappeared.
You did. Where did you go?
I just started to try to edit my roll on the turn tracker, and I disappeared. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm back.
Can you move? You have full control?
Yep.
Awesome.
Let me put that back on the sheet here, and now 14.16. Enter. Okay, I think we're good.
All right. I need a moment. Fucking my journal isn't letting me add Cryovane as a fucking character. That's obnoxious. I hate everything about that.
Mhm.
Now I gotta find the motherfucker. Boom.
Oh, big boy.
Chungus.
Dargan. I will be right back. Where I'm going to go put Luke down. So
Okay.
So, I will also need, due to the dragon's roar, wisdom saving.
Mhm.
I also need to know whether or not the effect being applied is a charm or if it's just something else.
It is straight psychic damage.
Okay. Because I specifically have an advantage against charm, so that's why I would just need to know if it is, but it was not, and so I rolled an 11.
Phenomenal. We're gonna pause here just for a second, so that way
Yep.
Kita can join too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So these don't count. Perfect. Is that a concentration, though? It is. Darn. Okay. Okay. Just means I'll have to be for myself.
Hmm. I'm looking at some potential prospective modules that could also pop out to play as like a semi campaign.
Mhm.
And some of them, if they're in here, they were interesting. Is there's some that are more tailored to just being like a mega dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be kind of interesting. Less
Hmm.
less like movement, so to speak, between
Yeah.
places.
Mhm. Yeah. There are definitely several modules that could be fun, or if you want to go more full blown adventure, there are also a couple of those that are interesting also.
And we're back.
Welcome
back.
back.
Kita, Thorn, Jackie, roll your wisdom saving throw. You all take 7 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, hit me. I was kind of hoping it was going to be awesomely anticlimactic to like take some ridiculous amount of damage and just get like flatlined the minute the dragon shows up.
No, that's next turn.
Okay, all right, cool. I just need to know when to be ready. That's all.
Yeah.
Speaking of, go ahead and add his turn now. So, a vicious roar rends the sky as you all finish your preparations to face the dragon that is Cryovane. The dragon swoops overhead, doing a little loop-de-loop as it lets out the roar and lands about 20 feet away from you and your huddle of tents. Urk is the first to move, having a little bit more initiative than the rest of you. And he's going to close the distance and take 2 mighty swings with his great sword. He will miss the first one and crit on the second one, though.
Bam.
He slashes into this dragon, rending its front scales before his claymore gets stuck in the ice that encases its chest. And he stands there trying to wrench his blade free. Cryovane will waste no time in retaliating. Now, due to you all being 20 feet away, huddled around tents, you all are prime targets for this. I apologize. I need a DC 15 Constitution save. Please let me know if you fail. I guess I could just keep an eye on chat.
Fail.
Oof.
I
Oh,
am
no.
going to.
I'm sorry. I succeeded. I read
Yeah.
the wrong one.
I am going to use my Flash of Genius to give me a +4 to my Constitution saving throw, which will put me at 16.
Very well. So we have 2 crit successes and a 16.
Correct.
That's amazing for you all. I'm extremely happy. Hold on while I roll a lot of dice. You all will take 20 points of cold damage. Reginald, it is your turn.
All right. So here's what Reginald's going to attempt to do, and you kind of let me know at what element or component of it you feel like it would not be all doable in a motion. But because he wasn't really in his tent at the time of the encounter, he's going to attempt to kind of hurriedly get inside the tent to claim the arrow or bolt or projectile, whatever you want to call it at this point, after it's been fashioned, so that he can prepare to then launch it at the dragon. But how I would like him to try to do it is I would like for him to try to wrap his necklace around the front of the projectile when he shoots it, because I want to have a little. He's looking at me like, God damn it.
To be
There
fair,
were a
we've gone,
million ways you could have used that necklace, and I knew that you were going to use it here. I was not expecting that particular response, though.
Good.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
yeah, but now I'm wishing I had saved my reaction. Fuck. Well, you might not need it.
You are able to effectively attach the necklace to the tip of the arrow.
Cool. All right. With that being done, then I guess I will fire the projectile. The ranged component that I have is the crossbow, so I assume that we will have fashioned this projectile to be launchable from a crossbow. Otherwise, I don't know how else I'm going to send it other than try to throw it.
Javelin arrow.
So I will. Do you want me to roll for an actual attack roll for the crossbow, and then do the rest of the stuff, or how do you want me to roll for this attack? Also, hello bear.
I want you to make me 2 rolls.
Okay.
Because you specifically didn't really have time to finish your portion of the arrow. So, in order for it to effectively take place, I will need a spell attack from you
Okay.
because I don't know, the flare on that with the Reginald appears to me as it would be magically inclined through his crossbow, right? Uh, However, I also want an Arcana check to make sure that you are actually able to activate this in the way that you want to activate it.
Okay. There's my Arcana. So 22,
You can
and then
activate.
you want a spell attack, or do you want an actual my crossbow attack, or which? What exactly do you want for the next one?
I want your spell attack.
Spell attack. All right, so then it would be what D20 and plus spell attack, which is +6. So D20 +6. I am going to use my inspiration.
Bitch. Your attack hits. Fuck you.
All right.
I would like you
so
to tell me where you were aiming, though.
okay, so firing the bolt, the projectile, and basically like aiming kind of for the dragon's like center mass in the breastbone, to basically try to hit it with it and then try to drive it backwards and or down from that point. But mostly to see if I can get it to like actually penetrate. So then when I tell the thing to be able to not move, like effectively the whole core of the dragon is held, hopefully.
God, this is so cool in my head. I want you to. Hold on, I have to look up that thing I sent you.
Oh, the necklace, yeah.
Yeah, I need to look up its damage right quick. 'Cause I'm
There's
pretty sure
gonna be a
you're-
lot of numbers. There's gonna be a lot of numbers.
Well, you're about to kill Urk, so
Well, he served a good service.
It's a fireball for each bead, essentially.
Yep.
Just how many does he blow up on impact?
Third level. Yeah, it's a third level fireball for each one. So it's basically hold on, let me get to my actual fireball spell. Third level, it would be 8d6.
8d6. So
And then I think each
8
additional charge is an additional
d6.
d6, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right. It's not like
It's not like
Oh,
a
yeah.
compounding.
It's not what 3.5 Necklace of Fireballs was. Okay.
Right, which is fucking insane. If you hit things with
Okay.
multiple beads, it's like just fucking shitting damage.
Okay.
It's still going to shit damage, but
It's
Oh,
just
wait.
not.
It
It's not the amount I thought.
increases the level of the fireball by 1 for each bead.
right, which is why you get the additional 1d6
Additional
instead of
D6.
doing 8d6 for every bead.
Yeah,
So because
so
as
what
you
is-
go one level up, it's 1d6 more.
I suck with magic in this game. So what is the maximum spell level that you can cast there? 7th? 9th?
It's 9, which is why they give you 9 charges.
Yeah.
That's
So-
where it caps at.
But you start
Yeah.
off at 3rd. So, right. So if you've got 10 charges, 6 of
Right.
those go into 1 fireball.
Right. So
And
it
then
would be
3 of them
14.
would go into a second fireball for also at what? At 6th level? A 9th and a 6th level fireball?
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, the way it would normally be in this instance is you wouldn't necessarily be able to use that many in one strike, but
Correct.
Yeah, but
If-
you can't.
I just launched them all, so
Right. So this is your culminating
Right.
moment.
so it basically would be like one of them is 14d6, and then the other one's going to be 11d6. I think is correct for the spell components of the fireballs.
All right. Give me a second. Do you want to roll the dice or do you want me to roll the dice?
Yeah, I'll roll. Let's have some fun with it.
All right. I want you to roll 11d6. This is going to assist you in penetrating the icy encasement that is the breastplate of this dragon. It is. You guys remember what is that fucking Velkhana from?
Yes.
It is souped up, super armored Velkhana right now, and you are attempting to, in this case, shatter the armor.
To punch it.
So please don't sue me for whatever. Thanks.
Capcom, we're just memeing bros, okay?
Yeah, please. But that's effectively what you're trying to do is get rid of the armor and then have a full blast of actual damage to the beast.
Everyone, how are we gonna get rid of that ice armor, Reginald? Well, you're gonna get you some dynamite right here.
Hold on, I need to roll a a DC saving throw for Urk. Oh,
Run, Urk, run!
what is Urk's?
Fireballs. Yeah, fireballs. Dex save is 14. So depending upon whatever your roll is, no.
Nope. I guess I really want Urk to live. Urk's gonna use his inspiration.
Hell yeah, brother.
He died and came back. It's fine. He has inspiration. He's inspired by life.
He wants to live.
Urk made friends.
Please roll your damage.
All right, so here's the first chunk. Oof,
Okay.
that was lower. That
Ow.
was lower than I was hoping for. Oh, technically, hold on. because, well, I guess this comes into the weighting too, is because I am fire school attuned in my evocation magic school, the lowest I can roll in a die for fire is 2. So that would only really affect it by increasing the damage output by 2 more. So it'd be 39 instead of 37. I don't know if you care to apply that to this or not, but
I'll allow it. 39 damage. Uh, Visually, what happens, right? You fire this crossbow bolt just for uh, the aesthetic beauty that I imagine it as, right? Uh, Thorn and Lionel, you all watch as Reginald disappears into his tent very briefly after somehow managing to thwart the cold blast directed at him and survive it, no less, frail as he is. He spins into his tent, grabs the items in question, and in one fluid motion launches them. Uh, his shot strikes true, and you see a resounding explosion as Cryovane looks in the air and flames run up his neck and engulf almost all of him. And the ice that is forming what would be draconic armor, a crown of ice, uh, neck plates and chest plates and forearm plates of ice shatter. There's a brief moment where you see draconic fear in those icy blue eyes. As, please roll me your second set of damage.
Wow.
59.
She's right, 59.
9 damage. That was more like it.
Uh,
Also, let me know whenever you want me to say the somatical activation word for the movable rod, because I looked something up that'll be good.
Oh, I look
Oh,
forward to
no.
hearing this. I look forward to hearing this.
Are you trying to activate it this turn?
I mean, I guess it depends upon if I can see whether or not it's still like embedded inside of the dragon or whether or not it's just gone after this.
No, it's still magical. It cannot be
Okay.
destroyed. So,
Okay.
that being said, it is the rest of the arrow's components are ash, dust, incinerated, save the metal headpiece, which has somewhat melted inside of this cavity. Uh, you all recognize for a second that that scale that Kuria ripped off is where you hit.
Nice.
Direct access to the heart bone.
All right. Well, then in that case, I feel like maybe I would try to activate it this turn if I'm able to. If not, I can activate it next turn. But
This is your culminating moment. Yes, send it.
okay. So then Reginald will kind of survey what has just gone on from his projectile fire and launch and the explosions, almost kind of reeling back in the reaction of its sheer force, and will kind of exclaim out and say, "Yeah!" which is Elvish for the word pin. And it's spelled like that because it's cool.
God damn it, Tolkien. God damn it.
Hey, man, don't hate the player. Hate the linguist.
Oh, God damn you, Tolkien, for making a fully functional alphabet.
I looked for other things. Like I looked for nail, and it was
Mhm.
literally nail. And I was like, well, that's not cool.
Nail!
Exactly. It's just like, that's not cool at all. Come on.
But it's nail in cursive because it's Elvish.
Right. Correct.
Oh, it's
Cursive nail.
fancy.
Also, spike was also cursive spike. So I have to keep trying different synonyms until I got one that was like, that's pretty cool. All right.
So the dragon was actually launched back probably about 10 feet from the force of all three blows that you just dealt it. As it was mid flight backwards from the force, right? You let out your activation word and it just halts, and you see its chest stop, its neck kind of contorts awkwardly as it's like it was in motion and suddenly it's not. It's going the opposite direction. Its movement has been reduced to 0. Irk is somehow still standing after that.
My boy. I
Holly
feel
just
like
looks scared shitless now.
yeah, I feel like at the end of all that kind of going down and him kind of the realization, kind of in the stunned moment of him just now toppling this dragon over on its back, is gonna kind of being like, "We may only get one shot at this, so go it with it, y'all." And that'll be his turn as his cape billows.
If not from the activation that you give it, from the
Right.
sheer force of everything that just happened.
Exactly.
Thorn, it is your turn. You have advantage on any attacks that you make on this creature as it is currently immobile.
I think Thorn watches all of this happen, and if anyone were to look at her just in this brief moment before she takes off, there is just a look of primal delight on her face, and it is savage, and it is very fey, and there's just a brief glint of blue and a brief glint of purple, and she just takes off towards this thing, and she's going to try to drive her sword as hard as she can into where the next to where the immovable rod is. Not directly like on top of the rod, but she's going for the same scale that is missing.
Are you using your rapier or are you using the dragon slaying longsword?
I am using my dragon slaying longsword.
Make your attacks with advantage.
Damn, I was really hoping for a crit there. And I'm gonna throw in a divine smite as well, which I think, what is it for second level Colt? 3d6.
Hold on.
3d6. 3d8.
Hold on.
He's doing some math.
Your damages are incorrect.
It doesn't have the bonus. 36.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I have to roll that.
Please.
So I have to roll the 3d6s separately.
Yeah.
Okay. First, roll me your 66.
For 2 strikes, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. Because as far as I'm aware, I'm just looking at this and correct me if I'm incorrect, but the first attack, I believe, are those advantaged attacks? Am I reading that correctly? Or are this?
Yes.
Oh no,
Yes.
because the versatile is for the damage only. Got it.
Yes.
Right.
I'm good. We're good. Don't mind me.
11, 17, so 34. Math. All right. Now, you were divine smiting. Send it.
For 9-1.
Okay. I've now currently tabulated in my head what I believe the current amount of damage out what we've done so far should be.
Okay.
We're not accounting for any resistances.
She's also going to let out just a very savage sounding hiss and we'll use a Draconic Cry. So, well, I guess never mind. I'll save that. But that'll be Thorn's turn.
Lionel.
Mm-hmm. What is the action to summon the spectral seed from the ring of Ergator that I got last time?
It's an activation word. You can make it up whatever you want, but if you're summoning it, it just appears next to you.
Yeah, but what action is that? Is that action, a bonus action?
Summoning it is no action. It does not
Okay.
require action. It simply appears. Now, if you want to mount it, that will be all of your movement. The steed will still have movement underneath of you, but
Mhm.
your movement to do that is that.
Right. And how far away is this thing from me now?
Where do you summon it?
Well, no, I meant the dragon. Sorry.
The
I meant
dragon
cryo
is
thing.
the dragon is 30 feet away from you.
Okay. And it is on the ground still?
It is pseudo suspended. Uh, it is its back is towards the ground, but it is not actually touching the
Touching
ground.
the ground. Okay, so I'm not necessarily going to be able to reach it easily, is what I'm understanding. So, this is what I want to do. I would like to summon Ergator front with the ring as as a free action. I would like to then use my movement to mount it so that I can get up there and get to the dragon, and if I can, jump from its back so I can actually get up and potentially hit the dragon better, and use my bonus action while I am jumping up there to use to excuse me,
No.
to shift into my hybrid form, which is a bonus action, which will then give me my 10 hit points. And then if I can, I would like to use my action to try and attack this thing. If I can get off Eritor with
Need
it.
you to roll
Essentially.
me an
Mhm.
athletics check.
Okay. That is fine. Let me just double check. Okay. Mm, just need to check something. Is it- There it is. Strength check or strength saving throw. Okay. 13.
You leap off of Ergatar and land squarely on the dragon's chest. As you, in particular, look down at the gaping hole
Mhm.
before you, something glitters purple inside of it.
I think I'm going to use my bonus action to start my shifting, and so my armor will kind of encompass me fully and give me full plate and kind of go over. And I think I'll say before I attack, "You have something that is not yours. I am here to take it back." And I am going to drive both of my claws that are my thunder gauntlets into this thing to try and rip out this purple shard
Yeah,
that doesn't
Skunky.
belong to him.
Roll me your attacks.
Okay. Do I have advantage on these or no?
Yes.
Okay. Ew. This one is an 11, which is not going to hit. Second one is a 25.
So, something incredible happens. There's a brief moment. You make your first attack, and the ice is already reforming around Cryovane's chest, and it catches your gauntlet. The living metal trying to fight it off as best as it can, however, unsuccessfully. Your other fist, though, manages to connect with what is essentially a soul cage. Whatever's inside of this is uh, immense in power and already brimming to explode forth. But your initial touch, that little zap of lightning and thunder from your gauntlet, is enough to send it into a cascade effect. You're blown off of Cryovane as instinctively you and your armor extend forth. You manage to take it with you. And as you land on your back and slide, 5 feet, holding this thing like, an NFL superstar cradling, the football that he just caught from across the fucking field. You are suddenly looking up at Dominique. And there is nothing but disbelief in his eyes.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck you too.
uh, all you hear in your mind is break it. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn? No, you can't break it this turn.
Nope. I am just gonna catch my breath as the wind, I am sure, is now knocked out of me.
The dragon lets out a screech of pain as this happens, by the way. Which brings us to Earth.
Erky boy, Erky boy, Erky boy.
Urk is going to hop up on this thing's chest. And he is still smoldering, by the way. His gear has been scorched beyond belief. You did over half his health pool in damage with that attack. Um, and he stamps up uh, next to Thorn, and he raises his claymore as if he's gonna thrust down into the cavity that is Cryovane's heart, and he does. And both of his attacks will hit with Great Master bonuses. He will deal 35 points of damage. And then he's going to action surge and do it again.
Hit me, baby, one more
One
time.
more time. My loneliness is killing me.
Yeah, right in the heart.
And he's going to do another 35 points of damage.
There you go, Urk. Work out the aggression.
Thorn, what you see is Urk smoldering, his face scorched and scarred at this point from the damage that he took. Thrust his sword down in, and it. You guys played Dragon's Dogma. If you played with the sword and board, there's this attack you can do where you can jump up and stab something, and then just repeatedly stab it over and over again, and then yeet it. It's one of my favorite attacks in that game. That's effectively what he does with the claymore. He jumps up, shoves it down, and then fucking shoves it down and shoves it down and shoves it down. uh, for you, though, you recognize that there are tears coming down his face. Uh, and he's speaking in Draconic. I say speaking, cursing, and otherwise belittling the avatar before you all. Control me? How fucking dare you!
That's right! Kick his ass!
The dragon is screeching in pain. However, it is the dragon's turn. I need all of you to roll me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, fuck.
Oof.
I'm going to use my Flash of Genius again to use my reaction from this turn to make sure I make it.
Okay. Is that a +4 then?
Yeah, so it's 16.
Awesome. Reginald and Lionel, you both take 6 points of psychic damage. Thorn, you will take 12. Fuck. Urk has 20 HP.
Thorn is not far behind him.
He's only been hit 3 fucking times. He starts out with 100.
I feel responsible.
You are.
Slightly.
What you did was probably the coolest thing ever, but simultaneously collateral damage. So the dragon is going to struggle against the thing embedded in its chest. As reactions, Urk and Thorn, because you all are on its back, will have to make athletics check to keep your footing on this creature as it struggles. Urk critically succeeds.
Hey, nice.
You both manage to keep your footing.
I think Thorn just like takes her new gauntlets and just digs her claws into the back of this thing to just hold on.
She really is a fucking cat, I swear to God. It's the only image I get is like when a cat digs into your back because you move suddenly.
Reginald, it is your turn.
All right.
You all bear witness as this dragon does start to free itself, though.
Oh, shit.
Thorn and Urk in particular, the arrow was so deep you could barely see it. You can see the tip of it now. As in the tip that went in first.
It's coming
So.
back out again.
Yeah, painfully. I'm sorry.
All right, so for Reginald's turn, he doesn't obviously really have a good vantage at what's currently happening. Man, I don't know. He's obviously going to keep his distance. He's not going to try to get really close because that's, death at this point. So he's going to keep his distance, and he's probably going to throw another fireball at this thing. But because now he's casting it, he has the ability to not hit his friends. So
Thanks.
I can control this one, I swear.
I got it, guys. I got it. We're okay. I swear. All right, so let it rip. So basically, it just needs to do a Dex DC 14.
It automatically fails.
Okay, so then it takes 31 fire damage.
Noted.
I suppose that'll be the end of Reginald's turn because I mean he doesn't have much else he can really do to assist in the close quarters, but he will billow his cape because he has to.
Thorn.
Thorn is going to growl at this thing and uh, take notice that this thing is starting to loosen itself from the special arrow. But she will go ahead and lay into it as hard as she can. Are we still taking attacks at advantage? Because it's okay. And I will throw on another Divine Smite as well.
This thing lets out a moan of pain as its chest cavity is just being ripped apart. You cleave away some of the flesh that's actually holding the arrow in place, and you see its beating heart. Lionel.
Sorry.
Wait,
sorry.
that's not my turn. Not yet. Thorn's not particularly keen on staying on this thing's back and having it fly off. So I think that she is going to drop down. She's going to drop.
You are not on its back.
Okay.
It is belly up. You are on its chest.
Okay.
When the arrow dislodges, it will fall on its back.
Okay. Um.
God, could you imagine cleaving through somebody's back, a dragon's back, to see its beating heart? God damn.
Oh, I'd be scared.
No, you all are directly above its chest, delivering blows that were not meant to be delivered in such a nice game as D&D. Fucking savages.
I can't remember the movie it was from, but it would be like the Blood Eagle, right?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But I
Yeah.
can't think of the movie. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. They like butcher you up and hack you up so that you take your lungs and stuff out from your rib cage and put them on like around on the back where your ribs would be there to make wings.
I think for Thorn's bonus action, she's just gonna quickly drink a potion of healing. Wow, thank you. 5. Okay.
5 more than you had.
That's true.
Yep.
But yeah, that will be Thorn's turn.
Lionel.
All right, I need to break this fucking thing. I feel like Lionel doesn't have time to really examine it to figure out the best way to break it, and he's just gonna do what he feels is best, and that's just put it on the ground so that he can strike it easily, and then just hammer fist it with his thunder gauntlets and try and break it that way.
Roll me your attacks at advantage.
All right, come on. You know what? I'm going to use a lucky dice on that one. Fuck this. I'm done.
Got him, use them.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so it's going to be another d20. 15. So 15 plus my proficiency is 3. Okay. That's my first attack. And my second one is 26 for a total of 18 thunder damage.
Your first attack cracks it. Your second one, your fist comes down and shatters it. Time freezes as Dominique is once again before you. Uh, there's a God. Please don't sue me. There's pyre flies coming out of
Mhm.
at this point.
Capcom's gonna come for us. Square Enix is gonna come for us.
He looks down at you as you're down on one knee, breaking his soul cage. He says, "The wrongs of the gods have been righted. It's time for my essence to cross the plains. But being as you broke my soul, I suppose you should only be the one to inherit its power. I'm sorry that you will never get to live the life you wanted. Maybe one day, after you've seen the edge of existence and come back, you'll understand that this was more of a gift than a burden. Maybe the luck will lead you to me in another place. I'm sorry we couldn't be friends, Lionel." And in a flash of purple, he is gone.
Mhm.
You are no longer a human.
Oh,
You are no longer a shifter.
oh,
You, your appearance changes a little bit.
oh no.
Oh yeah.
Skunky?
That's what she's worried about. Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. If I'm no longer a shifter, I don't have that.
It's still your blood type. We'll wait. We'll wait for your mortal flesh to expire before we truly alter you. However, a great power swells within you. Um, swells within all of you as this power expels forth from the blow that Lionel does or gives to this soul cage. Um, luck infuses you, the very essence that defines what mortals know as luck, which we could all agree is magical in nature. There's something magical about getting your way, isn't there? From this point on, uh, we will be rolling together if you so choose. As luck has been gifted to the world, uh, I will be your luck. You will make your attacks and your rolls, and the DCs will be somewhat random, as luck can be. But being that it's in your favor, I think that it's only fitting that I roll with you to help you succeed them. If you so wish. If you wish to have no part of this, you may subdue that power inside of your soul and deal with it at a later time. However, before you make any further rolls, you may either DM me your choice or say so aloud.
Fucking doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
Thorn's already in cahoots, or was already in cahoots with Dominic, so she'd be for it.
I think Lionel thinks of what Dominic said and just says, "My luck was always shit. Time to change it around, and I will go with it."
Excellent. Lionel, your turn is renewed.
Ooh,
Do it again. I dare
okay.
What would you like to do? It is as if
uh,
you have experienced an action surge.
nice. Okay, then. I think what I will do is um I will get to standing. If that costs me movement, let me know, because I know I was down on one knee. Um I will use my bonus action to cast magic weapon, and I will touch my 2 thunder gauntlets so that they are now magic weapons, which basically means they are magical, and I get a +1 bonus to my attack rolls and damage rolls with them. Um, that is a concentration spell.
Very well.
How far am I from Cryovane at this point?
15 feet.
Okay. If I have the movement, I am going to run up towards him, and I don't know if I can reach him yet.
You can. If you
Okay.
want to hit him in his chest cavity, though, you will either need to jump and make an
Mhm.
acrobatics check or climb up him and make a athletics check.
Athletics check. I think instead, what I will do is I will get um, actually can't do that because of that. So I will try and start to jump. I will try and jump up onto his chest. And you said that was an acrobatics, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll your check. You think you fumble, but something catches you. There's a gust of wind in your favor, maybe. Your armor reacts to your intention instead of your physicality, and propels you in the correct direction, and you land behind Thorn and Irk. You hear the of the dragon's heartbeat.
I think I look at Thorn. Do you want the whole heart or just a part of it?
Now
Uh,
she likes you.
she bares her teeth at you and just says, "It's mine."
That was more a question of should I aim for the heart or turn it into mincemeat?
uh, Fair game unless you crit every attack between now and maybe 2 or 3 turns from now. You're not going to kill this thing anytime soon.
Okay. In that case, I just go for it and go to strike at its heart.
Roll your attacks.
Yep. Advantage or no? I forgot.
Yes, at advantage. It is still suspended.
25 to hit. And a 17 to hit. For a total of 12,
23.
13.
25.
It's 25 because my gauntlets are magic weapons now. So technically 26 and 18 to hit.
Uh, Brief, electric and thunderous energies course through the flesh that you hit, but the heart continues to beat. Anything else you would like to do?
Nope, that is all I could do.
It is Urk's turn. For those of you who can see him, which for the most part should be all of you, maybe Reginald's struggling a little bit to see. But he raises his sword to strike, but there is a silver blue strike of lightning that strikes his blade, courses down it, and uh, down his raised arm before his eyes glow that silver blue color. And he goes to make an attack on this avatar of Tiamat. But As his blade uh, goes down and pierces the heart, a hand reaches out and grabs the blade. And he rips out, as he pulls the blade back, a beautiful woman with pitch black hair that is now covered in red. Her whole body uh, and armor coated in fleshy bits of draconic heart. She propels herself using the momentum to fly off of Cryovane. But even as you watch, the heart begins to mend itself. Urk leaps off of Cryovane to pursue her and continue making his attacks, which will miss terribly, apparently. However, Cryovane continues to struggle. Thorn and Lionel, since you are still on its chest, I will need athletics checks to stay on your feet. Lionel's pooping.
Well, he said he was getting water, but he had his headphones on still. But he's probably pooping. As like a little side trip on his way back, you know.
Thorn, you're able to keep your footing, but even as you watch, the rest of that arrow slips out and the dragon crashes to the ground underneath of you. It immediately attempts to roll over and get onto its feet. Uh, you are able to keep your footing and dismount gracefully. Lionel, however, you crash to the ground.
Listen, if you had just broken a soul cage and you are slowly coming to the realization you are no longer what you thought you were, you'd be shitting your pants too.
All right, fair.
The dragon, now on all fours, is going to make 3 attacks. One against Urk, one against Thorn, and one against Lionel.
Okay.
This is where it starts to hurt bad.
Mm-hmm.
Could be worse.
I don't know.
He hits you with all 3 things by yourself. That's worse.
Yeah,
It's much
yeah.
worse.
If he doesn't need to hit you with all 3 things, that's what
It still sucks, yes, but I don't know that.
Urk is going to suffer 13 points of damage. Thorn, you are going to suffer 12.
Ouchie.
Unfortunately for Lionel, the damage numbers go up.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Stinky. Very, very stinky.
Skunk Man toots a little.
Oof. Lionel, you are going to suffer 16 points of piercing damage and 8 points of cold damage.
Okay. So
For a total
16
of
and
24.
8. 24. Okay, so I need to make a DC 12 concentration. If I remember concentration rules correctly. Where is it? 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's 10 or half the damage I suffer, whichever is higher. Either 10 or half of the total damage. Yeah. So I make a DC 12 Constitution. Yes. Perfect. And maintain concentration. Just hurts like hell.
That it does. The dragon will also let out a bellow. Uh, Something shields each one of you, though. A little purple aura. However, we have a new contender to add to the list. The woman who Irk, in his Bahamut voice, is accusing of being Tiamat, begins to trade blows with Irk, and will do so quite effectively. She raises her hand, and a draconic looking battle axe will appear in her hand, and she will bring it down to critically damage your small friend. For 23 points of damage. Irk has to make a saving throw that he fails.
Oof.
Urk's gonna go down.
I would like you. How close is Irk to me? And can
Oof.
I see him?
You can see him. He is now on the ground about 10 feet from.
I am going to use one of my Flash of Geniuses for a reaction to add 4 to that saving throw that he just made.
He rolled a 2. He still fails.
Fuck! I tried.
I said something
was-
earlier about it was being helpful. I was like, man, maybe.
It was helpful. It was helpful for 2 out of 3 so far.
It was a valiant effort.
Dodge to the right! To the left! To the left! Shit!
Reginald, it is your turn.
All right. It's odd because Irk basically looks like he's just duking it out with the Tiamat avatar, or whatever you want to call it. Seems like she only really cares about attacking him. So I guess Reginald's target would continue to be Cryovane because he's legitimately attacking everyone else, or everyone in general. So I feel like that's how he would weigh the situation, because he wouldn't shift focus onto Tiamat necessarily. So, yeah, he's probably gonna lob another fireball in there because he doesn't want to get close. Although, what kind of distances are we talking about here?
If you have maintained your position, everybody is about 30 feet from you.
Okay, so 30 feet. Shit, let me look at this real quick. Fuck, yeah, so that would potentially be bad. Damn. All right. I'll hold on to that one in case I need to do it later. I will cast Fireball. I
Send
had
it.
a thought. I had a thought or a moment. of doing something different here that could have been interesting, but so then, DC check, which it's no longer pinned, so
7.
it takes 31 fire.
Sorry, it would have been 10. I get a +3, but
Oh,
7
less
it
than
is.
14.
Still standing, albeit it's pretty fucked up.
All right. I am going to
Do it.
move in a little bit. What was that?
So do the thing.
Well, yeah, I will, but I'm going to move forward a little bit, like maybe 10 feet in, so I'm like 20 feet out from everybody. And will bill his cape as he struts forward, thus concluding his turn.
Thorn.
Thorn is going to continue her relentless savagery of this thing. Or her attempt to relentlessly savage this thing. Are they just normal rolls now, yeah?
They will be, yes. Not that it matters for you, apparently. Well, hold on. Don't roll the second one.
Well,
Oh, fuck. You know what? Let's end it on the second one. Hold on. I gotta pee.
You know what
I
you
was
must do
waiting
with
for
the
that
second-
fucking crit all night. Give it to me.
You know what you must do with that crit.
Oh, yeah. I saved 1 second level spell slot just for that.
Nice.
I was like, I'm gonna get a fucking crit tonight. I'll be damned if I roll a fucking crit and I don't put a divine smite on a fucking crit. But I might not even need to, so.
Do we want to narrate the death of Cryovane without John? I don't think so. We'll wait.
We can wait. I think he had to take a work call.
That's really shitty.
Yeah.
It sucks for. That's a shitty position to be in.
Yeah.
Y'all have done over 300 points worth of damage to this dragon.
It's a
It
big
deserved
boy
it.
and it needs to die.
It's funny because like vanilla, it's only supposed to have 133 hit points.
Yeah.
It's just supposed to be a young white dragon, but I was like, fuck that, we're going all out.
Hi, Eric. This is John Rogowski. I was calling you back on the ticket you called a little earlier on for me. Okay. Yeah, I was calling in. I am not able to tell whether or not I can get into the network after you were seeing certain status scores we up. So if you're seeing communication to the termination point for them, I'm gonna have to probably hold or wait till I can have some notification. But also traffic. So, yep. I shouldn't have to power cycle the fiber endpoint, but I'm fire. I'm gonna reboot the fire. Yeah, firewall will be. Yep. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. I don't believe so. That's that. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. You too. Bye bye. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome
Thanks for
back.
listening to my phone call that I thought I muted for and I didn't mute.
We didn't really hear much of anything.
That's okay.
Yeah. I just
didn't
figured since your
divulge.
cam was off.
No, yeah, I turned it off because I was making the phone call. I didn't divulge any secret information, so we're fine, but we're okay. I appreciate the note that I didn't see. So,
Sorry.
all right, so let's kill a dragon.
Yeah, so we attack once and what do? Tell me how you eviscerate and cut the heart out of this dragon.
I think that Thorn takes her first attack, and I think that it's just enough to get a little bit of purchase and damage it, and then she like bounces off the scales a bit, and then I think that Thorn kind of lowers herself a bit. It's almost as cheesy as it sounds. It's almost a bit like samurai stance of just like preparing and lowering herself a little bit to get better purchase, and then she just launches herself off of the ground, and almost like a spearhead just pierces into this thing's chest and directly into the heart. And there are just wisps of blue and wisps of purple just ever so faintly along the blade.
Cryovane lurches, unable to even let out a moan as the damage holds him in place for a moment. And as you continue to eviscerate the heart of this dragon, he crumbles, trapping you inside of his chest.
Gotta eat your way out.
Thornbill.
Your healer is incapacitated. Weeaboo! Cryovane is no more. A huge burden is lifted off of all of your shoulders and immediately replaced by the fact that the Avatar has given birth to what Urk has called the face of Tiamat. In human form, she strides over Urk's body. However, is there anything else that you'd like to do with your turn?
Nope.
Just gonna eat?
Yeah, well, Reginald.
Just gonna eat.
Just gonna eat. Stop being aroused by a thing trying to kill us. God damn, you have terrible taste.
No, I mean Thorn's gonna start looking for a way to get out of here, whether it's digging a hole in the ground, like a tunnel, enough that she can squeeze out, or I don't think that Thorn would think it's gonna be easy getting through this thing's bone and muscle and scale. But she'll start looking for a way to get herself free of this predicament she has found herself in.
It will take the rest of your turn and next turn in order to free yourself. Lionel.
Yeah. I'm on my butt. I use half my movement to get up. See that Urk is down. See that this bitch that has somehow made Reginald aroused is walking towards us, and she looks like she's ready to kill us. And realize
Walking
I have a world of
towards
problems.
you.
Oh, I have a world of problems. Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to activate one of my defense fields to give me some temporary hit points, which is going to be
Look at that bear.
7. That, and then I'm also going to use my action to burn a second level spell to cast Cure Wounds on myself. And heal myself for 12 hit points.
I can beat that.
The total is 2d8 plus 4 for my base.
Heal yourself for 19.
19 in total? Okay.
Yes.
So another 7. Cool. Okay. And then I will position. I have 15 feet of movement. How far away is she from me now?
Oh, about 10 feet.
Okay. I will position myself a little bit so that I'm more angled away from Thorn and Reginald if she has her eyes on me at this point. So hopefully be a little bit more of a distraction.
You notice in her left hand is a reformed soul cage.
Oh, fuck you, lady.
She's just smiling at you.
um, yeah, I definitely think that guttural part comes out as whatever Dominic means by I am now what he was or something. Kicks in a little bit more and is just like, I'm not going back in. But that will be my turn.
Very well. Urk has saving throw to make.
Sorry, but I can't use my reaction yet.
Oof. Lionel, please make me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I am going to use my last luck point. Fuck!
How about I help you?
Luck be a lady tonight.
You manage
Oh.
to fail and be inanely afraid of this woman, but that purple aura that is emanating from you, you realize quells
Mhm.
that fear almost instantaneously. You see dark skin on the edges of your vision, and a purple ghost flame hand points at her.
Mhm.
and you just feel this primal urge, this urge that calls to you in Fey.
Oh god,
Kill
and
the bitch.
great, I understand Faye now. Oh, this is
You
not good.
do.
Oh, okay.
It is a primal language for you. You not only understand the words, but the very meaning behind them.
Oh, that's gonna take some explaining.
She approaches
Okay.
you. What's your HP total?
Mine is 41, and I have 7 temporary.
Nice. I think you have the most HP out of the lot.
Yep, I do.
Reduce it by 23.
Okie doke.
As she cleaves into you with this elegant draconic battle axe. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Just
Oh,
scything away at you with this maniac grin. And she whispers to you as she cuts into you, and she says, "You need to get back to where you belong."
nope, don't like that.
Reginald, it is your turn.
Buddy, I need you to quell your emotion and help.
Uh, all right. Well, you know, against the potential of sounding like a one trick pony wizard, I'm going to cast fireball at her. And obviously not hit my friends.
Hey,
Thank
man, it's
you.
a good trick.
It's a very good
It is.
trick.
It is. It just feels stale when you do it for every. All right, so low on the
You,
damage end this time.
you, how many D6 is it?
3. 3d8. 8. No, sorry, 8d6. Gosh, I can't even. I was looking at the other spell I was trying to cast last time, and it's like, oh, I can't do that because I'll hurt everybody. All right, he's rolling, rolling.
Keep rolling.
You deal 39 points of damage.
Mm.
If she doesn't succeed her save. But judging by the grin on her face, I don't think she cares either way. A nat 1 on the save, though.
Well,
Anything else you'd like to do?
I mean, having hit her with the fireball yet again, he will billow his cape in defiance before concluding his turn.
Phenomenal. Thorn.
Thorn's going to continue trying to find her way out.
Roll me a d20. You manage to squeeze your way out. It takes roughly half your movement, though. You see a bit of soft earth and some malleable flesh that you're able to use Kuri's dagger to loosen further. and carve your way out.
For you.
Before you stands Tiamat. Urk's body is in the background. Tiamat is laying into Lionel. Deep cuts.
Well, Lionel is still alive as far as Thorn is aware. Can Thorn reach Urk from here? With 15 feet of movement.
Yeah.
I think she'll do that. She will almost like baseball slide over to Urk and put in. Where's my thing? Just to get him on his feet. 10 HP. And I think she's just gonna like grab him by the ears and just kind of look at him and go, "You have work to do. Get up."
Rousing him from his bleeding stupor, you realize you're not talking to Urk. You are, in fact, talking to Bahamut's avatar again.
Ugh.
He looks up at you, though, and says, "Just let this vessel die and let me come out."
Ooh.
You think you all can stop Tiamat? Weaklings. Kill him and let me save you.
Thorn will just kind of look down at this thing that's talking to her, and she'll just say, "We took him from you once. We can take it from you again."
So tone deaf and matter of fact.
I would like you. Oh my god. How do I want this to play out? You feel that luck energy inside of you spur. And as if Dominique's standing over your shoulder the way he did when you saved Urk the first time, and Bahamut tried to claim his soul for his own. You feel your own hand reach out to try and snare the soul away from Bahamut. Is this something you want to act on?
Yeah. I think for as much shit as she gives him, Thorn likes Urk. Like, she still thinks that he's here to replace her, and I think there's always just a little bit of a spike in that, a little bit of like it rubs her the wrong way. But she doesn't want to see him die. Like, he's part of the crew now.
All right. Well, let's roll together, shall we? Roll me a d20. Hey, of all the times to fucking get it.
There you go.
And you do. This tiny little kobold laughing, not even laughing, totally brushing aside Bahamut. And Bahamut is so put off by you that he's just like, fuck this. I hope she kills all of you. And once again, you are able to save the soul of Urk.
There's just a chuckle, and anybody half listening would hear hear Thorn go. Thorn told you. This is Thorn's now.
Wait a minute.
It's Thorns now.
Wait a minute. That has implications.
Oh,
Are you
no.
keeping his soul?
Oh.
Not for Thorn, but she's definitely gonna rub this in later.
But do you keep it?
In what way are you asking me if I'm keeping this?
Are you keeping his soul?
I'm
His-
like. Sorry, there's kids yelling outside. My brain just shut off. No, like she's going to return his soul back to his body to like.
Like right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just had to make sure. You could puppeteer him. That is within the realm of abilities for a warlock that is now patron. Ooh, who's your patron now?
Myself.
Is it Lionel?
I would
Don't
like to see
immediately
him
assume-
try.
Well, Urk is on his feet, or working his way there. What else would you like to do with your turn after you have just told a god to fuck off?
It's not the first time. I'm sure.
Yeah, you do it to me every day, so.
So that was my movement. That was my action. Do I want to use this on a bonus action? No, I think I'll hold that for now. No, I think that's Thorn's turn.
Lionel.
All right. Gonna put up another defensive field. Cause god damn that bitch hurts. I'll get another 7 temporary hit points. And I will go on the offensive. Uh 19 to hit.
It's a crit.
Oh, okay.
Double your
So,
damage.
you want me to roll another D8 or you just want me to double what the D8 did?
I'm just gonna double what the D8 did, save myself some hassle.
So that will be 10 points of thunder damage. And then for my second attack. Ew, that'll be a 13.
It'll be another crit.
Okay. So that one will be 8 thunder damage.
You just rolled 2 nat 20s back to back. It's crazy.
I did. I do it a lot more than I ever tell you guys because I don't actually feel that it's fair rolling these dice against you all. The dice that John bought me are like just
Good.
not fair. They're like I roll 20s. I've rolled more than 3 or 4 20s every session that we've had. So, what is the total damage that you output?
Oh right, because I have my +1. So 10, so that becomes 11 plus 9 is 20 points of thunder damage.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She smiles at you.
I think I just act meaner. I think my little living metal contorts the faceplate that I have in my shifted form to be more grotesque and angrier than what it normally is.
Very well. Anything else you'd like to do though?
No, not this time.
Skunk Man goes grr.
Urk gets up with fury.
Good, get the fuck up. Give her another target.
Urk is angry.
Good, I need Urk angry.
Now I'm kind of mad because Thorn could have been a patron. Could you imagine having Thorn as your warlock patron?
No, absolutely
It'd
not.
be delightful.
You're gonna find out what that tastes like. Why? Because I haven't tasted it yet, and I'm going to eat it through you.
Her poor little subjects just sitting there trying to make a meal, and all of a sudden Thorn appears. Hey, give me some of that. What is that? Give me that. Hey,
This is the first bread I've had in 5 days, Mom.
give me that.
Irk. Uh, Irk asserts himself as the primary threat again.
Good!
He, from a position on the ground, rolls over, grabs his greatsword with one hand, thrusts himself up, uh, manages to get into a near sprint from the 15 feet that, I guess 10 feet, that is between him and Lionel and the enemy. And because her back is turned, flanks the shit out of her. Proceeds to lay her back open, rending her armor, and you realize that the blood flying in the air is no longer just the dragons. Uh, in two blows, he has managed to acquire her ire, as her gaze is no longer fixed on you, Lionel, but turns back to the tiny little rodent that she had already laid down once, and she prepares to do so again.
Listen, I need a second to recover some more HP so that I can take another hit, so this is fine.
Nat 1
Woo!
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
and a 4 and a 9. We're getting better. None of which are enough to actually hit your, I don't want to call him a dear friend, but your companion. They trade blows, him rending her flesh and her trying to retaliate, but the shock of being attacked by a mortal has thrown her off of her game. She brings her axe to bear 3 times, and 3 separate times Irk meets her blows, sending sparks flying. Reginald, you're enjoying quite the show. What would you like to do?
Ogle.
She got some bouncy
That's-
titties, just saying.
So then I will make them hotter by throwing fireball at her. Where's the lie? Oof.
Jesus.
Spicy.
Oh, come on. Hell yeah. Beat the DC. So what's that, half?
Half.
Mhm.
Yep.
Which is 18.
What, 18?
She casts you. God damn it. Fuck. She casts you a dirty look. Vaguely sexual?
Wow. Okay. I mean, that's one way to respond to being hit by a fireball, I guess. But that will be the end of Reginald's turn with his billowing defiance
And your helmet of
of dread. Gaze upon my glowing eyes under this mantle of darkness.
Thorn. Here we are. Do it again, killer.
Do it.
Kidding.
Thorn's gonna try. Thorn's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna dash up and just lay into her. If possible, she would like to either be flanking with Irk or flanking with Lionel.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Take the advantage. You need it right now. Jesus, no, you don't, apparently.
Wait,
Wait.
was that? I don't understand. Oh, the first one was a crit.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
First one was not.
No, the second one was a crit.
Uh,
Second
second
one
one
was a
One
crit.
one. Yes.
Yeah, the
So-
green box.
It's giving her all the damage depending on what way she is.
If she's
Yeah.
if
holding
she's
it.
versatile or
Yeah.
not, yeah.
So you do 22 points of slashing damage across the 2 attacks. 9 for the first attack, and then 9 for the second attack, plus 4 for the critical damage.
Correct.
Yes.
Is she technically considered a dragon or
Ooh.
of dragon kind? Because 3d6 additional damage.
Yeah. And it's anything that's dragon kind as well. So like wyverns and stuff would also get it.
I'll allow it. Roll it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a lot of ones, Thorn.
That
That's
is a lot.
too many ones.
Too many.
You
But
still have your.
yes, I am also gonna
Okay.
put a smite onto the one with the crit. So
No,
Just
you don't. You don't have any more
finish it.
smites.
yes, I do. I've still I have as many smites as I have spell slots.
And how many more of
Okay.
those are still kicking?
Second level, I only have one more, and I'm going to use that one. So I'm now out of second level spell slots.
Fuck.
Divine Schmidt.
3d8. And I think you said earlier for Lionel, you were just doubling it.
Yes.
So it'd be another 30 points of damage on top of the 20. Whatever.
Divine Schmidt.
Divine Schmart.
You just did, hold on, so it was 22, 22, and then 30. So you just did 74 damage?
Go Thorn!
Divine
Paladins,
Schmidt.
baby!
So let's see. That was my action.
They crit
It's so
a little
It's
bit.
nice being on the opposite end of this and rooting for that type of thing, isn't it, John?
Yes, it is. I can be happy about it instead of being like, fuck. Sorry, D. You're currently in the fuck category.
She was supposed to last so much longer.
Yeah.
That is what she said.
I do not have any other bonus actions I can or want to use right now, so that will be Thorn's turn.
No, you
Don't shake your head at me.
No. You're saying she's been dead since you did the bonus damage on the crit before you even divine smited. So
So I'm going to narrate this the way I want it to play out. I'm sorry.
it's okay.
That's fine.
You deserve it.
For some reason, you're still using this god awful sword, this dragon slaying long sword. And it carries you all the way over to this bitch, Tiamat, who has been the cause of so many problems for you, the cause of so many lost lives, including your father and almost your brother. And as she's dealing with Urk, trading those blows and ignoring everybody else around her at this point in her fury, because she is the bitch queen. No, that's a different god. But here and now, she's the bitch queen. She doesn't even care about you as you lay her open. Not once, but twice. And the second one catches her attention as suddenly you've done more damage than Urk. And she turns to face you, but as you divine smite her, it's not a normal divine smite. You feel your god with you again, and he reaches out from you as if you house a piece of him. And he just reaches into her chest. And you hear the beating of her heart as if you had placed your head on her chest. And you hear it stop. And then you hear the ripping of tendons and of muscle and sinew. You hear the bones crack as before you, Simwanya offers you the heart of Tiamat.
Delicious.
Feast, my gremlin, and grow strong for it.
Thorn does. Thorn like one bite. Like that thing is sushi.
Squirts everywhere.
You are now lizard folk. Please change your race.
Bitchin'.
She just stares at you all, still standing. Her eyes scan you all, and she's just like, she curls her lip in disgust. She goes to spit, but only blood comes out. And then she just kind of fades into ash. Kind of like, the snap. Congratulations.
Oh.
You're gonna get that part of our stream muted. Stop it.
Sorry, please don't sue me. I can't afford it.
Oh, they wouldn't.
It's free advertisement for them.
No, the stream segment the entire stream just gets muted for the duration that they detect the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it'd be like those 3 seconds. It's stupid.
Well, what do our heroes do?
Thorn immediately stomps over and starts carving out the dragon's heart. She's still mad.
She got work to do. She's got work to do.
An easy task if you use Kuri's dagger. Almost as if it's designed to do this.
Thorn's bitching the entire time in Draconic. Actually, wait, do I know I
It's a
Do
racial.
It's a racial. I don't speak Draconic anymore. But
Actually, lizard folk speak Draconic.
not
Yeah.
according to this, they don't.
Then what do they speak according to whatever you're looking at?
Maybe I just didn't pick it. Hold on. Let me. Man, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Realistically, it doesn't. You all have defeated the dragon, and then some. You all have slain the avatars of Talos, and of Tiamat, uh, technically twice, and once of a physical embodiment of the god herself. So pat yourselves on the back. The danger to the Sword Coast has passed.
Oh.
Unfortunately for some of you, Lionel, I doubt life will continue to go as you had hoped.
Yep.
Uh, the magic embodying your soul does eventually take its toll on your body, and you will become more Fey-like over time. However, what is a Fey if not whatever it wants to be, right? Casting glamours and altering its appearance to be as it chooses, as it feels on any given minute.
I would
So,
like to.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
I would like to think that Lionel's living armor kind of comes down off his head and he shifts back into his normal form, and his hair and his beard are no longer their normal, like very dark brown. They are now like a neon blue, and he hasn't noticed yet. And that's just like the first sign of starting to become more Fey-like.
Reginald, life for you is going to take quite the turn as well. If anything that your father is to go by.
Right. Yep. Running the business and all that it comes with, and yeah, I guess whatever this coming of age murder sort of turned out to be.
I mean, realistically, how hard would it be to trump not only slaying a draconic avatar of Tiamat, but the god herself in human form, right?
If you can do this, you can do
Right.
anything. What's running a business?
Really.
I mean, come on.
You guys remember, once again, please don't sue me. You guys remember Harry Potter movies where, like, he got found out because he was in disguise but cast Expelliarmus? And, that
Yeah.
was his signature spell. Well, welcome to Fireball as your Expelliarmus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you get like an irate customer, fireball. You get having some trouble with money, fireball. So,
But who knows? Maybe further adventures wait for Reginald himself. He does have a whole trip to the ethereal plane that he could take.
right.
And
Yep.
then there's Thorn, who, before your very eyes, after consuming a heart of a god, has grown 6 feet to stand about 9 feet tall and somehow looks exactly the same. She just big.
I think I'd like to think that Thorn takes after Vorel, just in that she's big, but she's lanky and she's thin. But she just
Your
still looks like
tail's
Thorn.
fucking 10 feet long by itself.
Yeah, like she's a long girl now.
Your book is going to need a serious update on what the fuck happens when the kobold eats a dragon's heart.
Well, I'd say there's more to this story, but realistically, it's how you all will write it. There's always the journey back to Findalen and the glorious fanfare of greeting family again. The drinks to be had at Toblin's Inn. Maybe we can finally spark that relationship with Fiora going. But this is it. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the ride.
Yay!
Roll credits.
Executive producer Dick Wolf.
Does anybody have anything they want to say about their characters before I shut the stream down?
I mean, Reginald is gonna basically just continue to kind of be a little gun shy, but we have more confidence now that he's just did all this shit. Kind of believe in himself a little bit more than he did when he started. But long and short of that is he now has more responsibility than he thought he was going to have to have, and when he started out on this whole little journey. But he maybe feels a little more ready for it than he did before. So, but that is more or less what his future will be like.
I think Lionel probably eventually returns home with his younger siblings for a little bit. Still not quite sure how to fix the neon blue, at least for a week. He eventually does, but he'll probably go home after this, try and reconcile some relationships with his family. I'm not sure if he ever can with his former mentor in Alphonse, but he'll do that and finally give Colleen the prosthetic hand that he worked so hard to do. And then after that, he has another journey to undertake of figuring out what exactly the fuck he is now. And I think when he starts this new leg after he's stayed home for a little while to get to know people and tells them what he's doing and promises that he will actually write this time. I think he leaves his dragon chess set behind, but I think he takes like the one piece that would represent like a fae and keeps it with him as memento of what he is becoming in Dominic. Although the two of them never saw exactly eye to eye, I think he has a better respect for him at this point, even if it was forced upon him and he didn't want it to be. And he always keeps that piece with him when he's traveling.
I think that Thorn, upon returning to Fandalin, obviously carts the heart back to her brother. And I think her, Koria, and Vorel just have a little bit of a moment of grieving and celebrating the loss, celebrating the life of Thorn's father. And I think that they all partake of some delicious dragon heart, and it is I think a little bit of a culmination of Thorn's adventures, because this is what she was meant to do and meant to be as speaker. I think she eventually goes and seeks out Yubaba again, goes and reunites everybody, all of her people, all of her Kamote clan, and drags Urk, willingly or not, along with her for said adventures. She's bigger than him now, so she. I think she uses that to her advantage a little bit, and also the fact that she quote unquote owns his soul now, whether or not he knows that's true. She doesn't care. Yeah, I think Thorn. I don't know if she'd have a little bit of an identity crisis after this, because she's always been speaker, and this is what she was supposed to do as speaker. But I don't know.
You visit Yubaba, and Yubaba is irate with you because you did not save her some of the dragon's heart.
Well, that's Yubaba's fault for not being. Thorn won't say that, but she'll think it.
Yeah, be careful.
Just because you're bigger now don't mean you're gonna win.
Thorn promises Yubaba she'll get her something different that she hasn't ever tasted before, and maybe that's what sparks her new adventure. She goes off with Urk in search of something Yubaba has never tasted, which Yubaba's cool as fuck. So Yubaba's probably tasted a lot of things, so it's gonna be a long journey.
We'll get you something nice, honey.
You'll get you something nice from Marshalls. Yeah, that would be it for Thorn.
And that wraps up our little adventure. Nice and neat.
Good night, stream.
Good night, stream.
Bye.